Welcome back. If it's Tuesday and it's the 11 a.m. hour, the show is Briggs on Books. I know what you're thinking. A couple weeks ago, we were called Central Valley Authors, but because of Zoom technology, because of COVID, we had to figure out new ways to do things, and we discovered Zoom technology where we could bring in guests from all over the world. And we have today. We've been talking to authors in Oregon and Florida, different places around. Now, if you are a reader and you like the horror genre, this next author that's going to come up, we're going to actually interview her. We're going to have her live on our show. We're going to talk to her from Florida, but her name is Barb Jones, and I'm going to show you a couple trailers on her books just to get us excited. Then we'll bring Barb in and ask her a million questions about these books. So viewers, watch these trailers and stay tuned. Don't touch that mouse. We'll be right back.
This looks like a regular suburban city. But the battle between good and evil has raged a millennia. Now the fate of the world will change.
These dreams, what do they mean?
A queen will rise. A love will form. A beast will be reborn. A war will rage.
An ancient prophecy foretells of the birth of a child under the blood moon, half witch, half vampire, which together with the vampire queen will bring balance to the world of humans and the supernatural. The vampire king will stop at nothing to halt the prophecy and destroy those who stand in his way. Evil will be closer than ever. Love will be strained. The world will hang in the balance of the blood prophecy. Introducing the second book in the revolutionary Blood Prophecy series from Barb Jones, The Queen's Enemy.
Blood Prophecy is the series of books, and wow, we have the author here today, all the way from somewhere in Florida, I believe. Welcome, Barb.
Well, thank you. How are you?
Barb Jones, supernatural and horror author. Now, I look up my guests, and I typed your name in Amazon, and my goodness, there's a whole list of books. And
yes.
How many in total are out there?
About 9, 10?
On the spot, 10 books.
12, over 10, that's what I could say.
Now, currently you're on the Blood Prophecy series, is that right?
I have the Blood Prophecy series. My next series is the Dark Prophecy series, which continues, and the first book in that series is released in just a couple of weeks on June 15th. And then I have a Heaven and Hell series, and then I will have standalone.
Now, should we go in order?
That would be with Blood Prophecy first. Heaven and Hell is a completely separate world.
Now, Blood Prophecy, is that one book or a series of books?
It's a series of books. It's a trilogy of 3 novels with 5 novellas. So short stories on each of the main characters before they came together.
I love that. I get through a book and you're done. But the idea of 3 volumes and the novellas, I love those. I'm just being introduced to that over the last year or so. I love that, the little side stories and stuff. Now, same characters through the 2 different series? Yeah.
Yes.
Who is the main character?
Amber is the queen of the supernatural races, and she has a destiny. And it's basically on the premise of good versus evil over a 3,000-year-old.
Because I saw in the trailers a kind of a pretty girl, but then all of a sudden there's this guy without a shirt on flexing his muscles.
Yes, that would be a vampire.
So horror and supernatural, and then maybe a little romance sprinkled in?
Tiny little bit of romance.
That'll hold everyone. Who's your audience?
Primarily, it's women from ages 18 to 65. some older. I actually have an 80-year-old reader that just absolutely loves my
And
books.
by the way, we have some links on the screen and stuff where people could find you. Do people get to go and ask you questions? Yeah.
All the time. I'm a different kind of author in that way. I really connect with my readers. I will even go to coffee with my readers, go to lunch with some of them if they're in the area, or if I'm traveling, I'll meet with them. I have another reader. She's actually flying in from Arizona to visit family, and we've already made a date
Nice.
to get together and talk about the books
That's
and have
fun.
lunch.
Now, tell us just a little, as much as you want or as little as you want. We don't want any spoiler alerts. Just tell us a little bit about the background of the stories and the books.
The series basically takes place in Seattle in its modern day, but it also brings in elements of history. So there are pieces of history that kind of unfold that bring them back into the modern day, including the characters. So I will introduce, for example, Alexander the Great, and during an event in his life, and how it can relate to the modern day prophecy that they're fulfilling.
I notice books that do that, bring in real life history. That takes a lot of research, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. And I love research. So that's one of my biggest things.
You want to be accurate. Yeah, I did notice in the trailer the Space Needle. So that's either Toronto or Seattle. So, yeah,
Seattle.
So a lot is set in Seattle. And does that have to do with vampires and their aversion to being in the sun?
No, it was more along the lines of I spent my teenage and college years in Seattle. He had moved from Hawaii. And the Dark Prophecy series, which continues on, but it's told from the villain's perspective, will go from Seattle to Hawaii, where I bring in another side of my family roots.
So that's pretty tough duty going to Hawaii and doing your research, I would imagine.
Yes, but I am part Hawaiian, so it came pretty easy to me.
Now, what would you want? Where should we drive our viewers to? I see we have an Instagram up there. You have an email. People want to reach you. What's the best way?
Pretty much always, but I would probably say Facebook for the most part. It seems to be easier for a lot of my readers.
Yeah. Now, by the way, I went to Amazon, just typed your name, Barb Jones. You'd think that what a common name, but no. You type Barb Jones, you get all these books and all this background, all the beautiful covers and stuff that you have. It was very easy to find.
Oh, yes.
Now, let's talk about, now the Blood Prophecy is out, and the next series is coming out. Is that right?
Yes, Blood Prophecy is out, and the Dark Prophecy series, which begins with Rise of the Hunter, that will be released on June 15th.
Oh, just coming up. So for our viewers, and you like this genre, get Blood Prophecy right now. Get started, because the others are coming out right away. Are your books ever out on audiobooks?
Yes, they all are.
Okay, because certain people who get a little older, it's hard to read the small print, and audiobooks, those work great for me.
Yes, and they can even find my books in the large print,
I like
too.
that, yeah. I might read that. I like what I call analog books. Open it, hold it, and large print works so good for me. So, what else?
Yeah.
They're telling me we're already out of time. Come on, we just started. What else do you want our viewers to know, Barb?
I write for my readers. I originally thought Blood Prophecy was going to end after the trilogy and the novellas, but I had so many readers send me an email asking me to continue, and they wanted to know more about the villain. They fell in love with my
that's
villain.
why the next series kind of tells things from his side.
Yeah, but it doesn't retell the first three novels. It continues on from his perspective, and he actually at times gets the upper hand.
Is he so villainous in that series, or do we kind of?
Yes,
he will still be.
Yes.
I thought maybe we get a soft side and fall for him.
Oh, no, we don't get a soft side.
Well, I guess I would advise our readers to go to Amazon, type Barb Jones. It's real easy. It all pops up there, and I'm going to get the first book, and I'm going to read it, and then we're going to ask you back here, Barb. How about that?
I would love
and
that.
we've never had, we have very few authors that are as accessible as Barb Jones. You could ask her questions. I love asking an author questions while I'm reading. However, I find most of the time if I would have just read on, I would have got the answer myself anyway. So thank you, Barb.
No, I love to hear my
All right.
readers.
Thank you, Barb, and welcome. Oh, you know what I did? By the way, we're out of time, but I found this video with some of the viewers making comments and stuff on your book, so we're going to go ahead and run that. Thank you, Barb Jones. We'll be back Watch this video, then we'll be back with more Briggs on Books right after this.